XRP news on the Security and Exchange Commission lawsuit win to push Ripple price to a new all-time high? Why is Elon Musk supports Ripple? And why Monday could be crucial for XRP? Stay tuned till the end of the video to find out. But first, we are giving away 50 XRP coins at the end of the month. All you need to do is to like the video, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on XRP in the comments section. Welcome back XRP Army. Let's grow the XRP Lab community by pressing the like button and subscribing to this channel to stay updated at all times. The Securities and Exchange Commission has finally consented to provide documents that Ripple claims might throw light on the agency thinking on crypto as it pursues a lawsuit against the cryptocurrency startup. This decision comes after months of legal wrangling by both parties. This lawsuit, which concerns the classification of XRP as a security or not, is still being keenly followed since it has the potential to establish a new legal standard that will apply to the whole sector. The crypto powerhouse leadership celebrated their victory by lashing out at the regulator, who is largely seen as the industry arch-rival at this point. During the time that the commission was preparing its legal challenge against Ripple, Hinman served as a member of the Security and Exchange Commission leadership team. Ripple insisted that the commission provide not just the emails but also any other relevant records that pertain to the manner in which the Hinman speech was handled internally. The Security and Exchange Commission did not accede to that demand and filed an appeal against the ruling of a federal court for them to comply. It is not obvious what effect, if any, the revelations may have on the case, which is likely to drag on until the beginning of the next year. Former Commission Regional Director in San Francisco Mark Fagel, who later moved into the private sector and represented clients in the cryptocurrency industry, stated that the regulator took an aggressive approach to protect the confidentiality of its internal deliberations. He argued that these discussions are irrelevant to the legal merits of the Ripple case. However, it is clear that the vehemence with which it is battling to keep them hidden provides evidence that there may be something harmful or humiliating therein. What do you think? Following the news of Ripple, XRP, getting access to Hinman speech documents, there is speculation of the XRP price jump. The records, taken together, very certainly validate Ripple's decision to win the lawsuit. Despite this, there was not a significant increase in the price of XRP when the news surfaced. Insiders in the cryptocurrency world are now bullish on the possibility of a significant price increase for the altcoin. A crypto enthusiast, Forever Hold, expressed the belief that success in the Security and Exchange Commission lawsuit may result in a price increase of 10 times for XRP. XRP achieved an all-time high of $3.02 in June of 2018 when it was trading at its peak. The price of XRP has been steadily going down since it hit its all-time high. It is uncertain at this moment whether or not the conclusion of the lawsuit brought by the Security and Exchange Commission will propel the XRP to a new all-time high. On the other hand, some members of the community are under the impression that the price of XRP would only increase as a direct result of its success and not the lawsuit. Until then, the attorney for XRP maintains his conviction that the commission would be denied a judgment in the matter. Instead, the court may defer the decision of the facts in the XRP lawsuit to a jury for consideration. The cryptocurrency market has been moving in lockstep with broader macroeconomic trends over the last several months. The negative pressure that was being exerted on the market had an adverse effect on other cryptocurrency markets as well. It is not yet clear whether or not a reduction in the Fed's planned rate rise will result in an improvement in the state of the cryptocurrency market going ahead. After receiving some encouraging news on Friday, the price of XRP has been consistently moving in an upward direction. What are your thoughts, and how big of an increase do you anticipate? Elon Musk, the wealthiest man in the world, gave his backing to Ripple Chief Executive Officer. In his response, which consisted of just 2 words, Musk voiced his disagreement with the Security and Exchange Commission and his support for XRP. We are aware that Elon Musk has a history with the Securities and Exchange Commission. In the past, the regulatory agency for securities has criticized him for his tweets. In addition to that, it is examining Musk's most recent contract with Twitter. The legal team representing Elon Musk referred to the commission move as a government-imposed muzzle. Some attorneys working in the cryptocurrency field are of the opinion that the commission may be planning to throw further tantrums in response to the Hinman speech. A lawyer representing Web3, Jesse Hines, said in an email that, if the Hinman emails are as horrible as we are hearing, I would not be shocked for the Commission next move to throw Hinman under the bus, say he was going rogue, and that despite his actions, it does not impact the status of XRP. Furthermore, an attorney who is active in the XRP community and who is also a member of the Ripple community, Jeremy Hogan, has provided some very interesting insights on the ongoing dispute between Ripple and the Security and Exchange Commission. According to his explanation, the court received secret reply papers from both parties yesterday in response to the summary judgment motions that were submitted by the other party. These were intended to be kept secret from the public until Monday when they were due to be released. However, only a few hours ago, the corporation that specializes in financial technology published its 89-page response brief. And there is a surprise in store for you. Ripple is not arguing the fair notice defense. Rather, it is arguing that the fair notice defense is a question of fact that ought to be tried by a jury. Additionally, Hogan remarked on the matter through Twitter, saying that Ripple lawyers are alluding to the case of Revok versus the Security and Exchange Commission. Ripple also contends in the document that the Commission has the duty to establish that no true factual dispute exists, and all reasonable inferences must be made in the favor of defendants in regard to the petition for summary judgment that the Commission has filed. This responsibility is placed on the Security and Exchange Commission. Since of this, the legal counsel for Ripple believes that summary judgment must be rejected because the Commission did not produce evidence supporting each component of its accusations. But there is still the issue of whether or not the Commission can stage a comeback in the Ripple case. In the letter, the Commission said that the information presented demonstrates beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendants participated in unregistered offers and sales of securities. In addition, it was suggested that Ripple had made an implicit admission that they would fail the Howey test. The Commission, on the other hand, said that the defendant argument, despite the fact that it would seem to be original, is complete without merit. The faked test that was done by the accused has no basis in legal precedent. The Commission prevails in the matter of law here. Two phrases taken from Howey and reconstructed into a newly devised test are not sufficient to support the whole of the defendant's motion. Drew attention to the U.S. Commission. In addition, it said that the statement provided by Ripple and the defendants utterly overlooks the substantial amount of public pledges to participate in efforts to develop value and liquidity for XRP. Ripple does not depend on any testimony that was provided by fact witnesses. The evidence of the defendants' experts was entirely relied upon by the defendants. However, according to the Daubert ruling, these experts cannot participate. The facts do not have any relevance to the issue, and as a result, there is insufficient evidence to support their motion for summary judgment. Subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and make sure to comment your thoughts on XRP in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. And before you go, there are 2 videos waiting for you at the end of this video. Make sure to watch those. Have a good one.